Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. Coming up, what's Jady's favorite donut?
Also, the sexiest accent in America may surprise you.
All that and more on the way next. The results are in. The sexiest accent in America. It's definitely not whatever that was. The sexiest accent in America is the Cajun accent.
Really?
8772 Radio U. People, according to this new study that was done by the trusted source Vegas Slots Online, has found the Cajun accents, or the Cajun accent, is the sexiest accent you can have that is based in America.
How did they conduct this survey?
I'm glad you asked. They analyzed over 1,000 mentions of regional accents on Reddit, Twitter, and other forums. And basically, they took 1,000 that expressed a strong opinion either way.
Okay.
And then after going through all of that data, then they, ranked based off of how positive versus negative the different accents were received in these comments, and the Cajun accent came in
number one,
which makes total sense. I just watched The Waterboy recently, and all I could think of was like, oh my gosh, this is a sexy accent that all these characters have.
Not the first one that would have come to mind for me, but I guess it is such a unique accent in America, and I think we're just drawn to something that sounds different, different from our own accent, obviously. I think we are. That's why if you ask, I feel like a lot of women, we like Irish, Scottish, British accents because it's just very different from what we get to hear normally. So it's like, oh, it sounds so, intriguing or whatever. They're from somewhere else. So, yeah.
They unfortunately did not rank international accents. They only did accents based in America. And so Cajun was number one. Long Island was number two, followed by Mississippi. I wouldn't even know. What is a Mississippi accent?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would need a local, not a local, but a regional accent expert to tell us what exactly makes the Mississippi accent different from just a Southern accent.
And rounding out the top five is a tie between Florida and the Pacific Northwest. Yet again, I couldn't even tell you. I had no idea. I've been to Florida recently. I don't know I didn't notice anybody having an accent there.
Yeah, I mean, there's also a lot of snowbirds down in Florida. They're not going to have maybe much different of an accent from those of us that live in the Midwest.
Well, and Florida, Florida's very diverse.
Very diverse.
Is Florida accent influenced by all the Hispanic population there that's more prominent than in other areas of the country? Or what even is it? I don't know what it is.
Right.
But then again, I guess some of these, based off of how Vegas Slots Online found these results, maybe there was a bunch of people on Twitter that, when you go to Mississippi, you're like, man, I really love this Mississippi accent.
I love it.
Yeah. That's, something that stands out to you when you visit. So.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like there's definitely different phrases and different things that people say. So I would imagine over time there's been things that make different accents, stand out or whatever. So I'm sure there are differences. I've just never studied any of those to really notice them.
I'm just noticing this now. So they took all of the comments.
Yeah.
And then the way they found number one and ranked them was what percentage of the comments were positive. And that's not good for these accents.
Oh, no.
That means that the majority of the accent comments are actually negative.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So basically this confirms what I would have thought. Is that you can talk about maybe an accent, but the truth is maybe non-regional diction is just the sexiest thing you can do.
And it just sounds more
or at least
American. Generic
American. The most appealing. You're not going to turn anybody off by not having an accent.
I mean, that's true. I like a Southern accent, so I don't have any issue with that. But again, I don't know if I would even be able to tell you what state they're from, to notice the little subtle differences or whatever. But the one that's crazy to me, even less crazy than the Cajun one being the number one, is the Long Island being number two. Come on. I feel like that's the accent that's dogged the most as one of the worst or hardest to understand for most Americans.
Apparently not.
Apparently
not.
Quite sexy.
Yeah. The WNBA All-Star Game was over the weekend. The top highlight is the shirts the players were wearing. 8772 Radio U. That doesn't feel like a necessarily great sign that nobody knows what happened in the actual game. But what we do know is that all of the players came out before the game in shirts that say, "Pay us what you owe us." They were all, like, every player they got in on this, even Caitlin Clark, of course. Everybody, what about Caitlin Clark? She also was wearing this even though she didn't play in the game. She was a coach because of her injuries. And so, but they got everybody on board trying to get more money.
Trying to get more money. Okay, first of all, I have some thoughts on this. What exactly do you mean, what you owe us? I mean, I know you don't mean it, but like, what is the thought process behind that? Is what I'm trying to understand.
I'm sure that they aren't asking for less money. So
well,
they want a raise.
They want more. They want more money. I get that. And the WNBA definitely growing in popularity. But as far as I have seen, they have never been profitable as a league.
Right.
So, which that's not shocking. A lot of sports franchises struggle to be, profitable at the beginning. So, but the NBA has thrown a lot of money into the WNBA to help fund it because of the lack of, fan attendance and all of that stuff. And I think that's going to get better and better and better. But pay us what you owe us. I just don't know if they can say that yet. You know what I mean?
I think now's the perfect time to say it.
Really?
They have all the leverage. In defense of WNBA players, one, if you're an employee of a company and like the amount of money the company is making, it doesn't mean that you can't be paid more. If a company's losing money, that doesn't mean that all employees should also be losing money.
No, but does it mean that the company should sink itself further into the red by then increasing the pay that they give to their employees?
If I'm an employee and I'm not getting paid enough, not my problem.
Well, then I would switch jobs.
Yeah, well, they have leverage now. The WNBA finally gaining in popularity.
Do they have leverage?
What would really sink their popularity if they stop playing games? And there's already like other women's basketball leagues now. And so, the players, I'm not going to complain about anybody ever asking for a raise. And that's what they're doing. Yes, they're all riding off of Caitlin Clark's coattails. And which is, a bit funny because the players have not, a lot of them have not treated Caitlin Clark very well, but now they're like, pay us more because Caitlin Clark's earning us more money. We think she's earning us more money.
Yeah.
It's a tough look to do it in public like this to me because everybody is saying the same thing. Your league has never made money, but that's not the players' problem that the league isn't run in a profitable way. It might mean that like there's too many teams, too many players, whatever, but like
and now they're going to increase the amount of teams, which might be why Sophie Cunningham is so upset.
Yeah. But also how much do you think a WNBA player should be paid?
I don't know. Because I honestly, for most sports, when I look at salaries, I'm like, that's crazy. For most sports.
When you would hear the WNBA salaries, you would be like, that's crazy. In a sad way.
Yeah, in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Right. I know we've talked about this before with Caitlin Clark's salary.
Listening to the show right now that are making more money than many WNBA players.
Yeah, and that is true. It is a reality that unfortunately they're not getting paid a lot comparatively to other professional sports. But I don't know what the fix is for this because try and convince the NBA owners to suddenly fork in more money. I don't know if they're going to be behind that, but I think that's the only way that they can do it.
The alternative is they don't, start paying the players more. The players go on strike and then you lose any chance of making this ever profitable goes away because you don't have a product anymore.
I think the NBA owners would honestly be okay with striking this off their budget. They'd be like, okay.
If they did, why have they kept it afloat this whole time?
No, I'm saying like if suddenly they didn't have to pay millions of dollars to something that they don't get a return on, I think they'd be okay with that.
Then why have they kept this around this whole time?
They're trying to get it profitable, but it's not there yet.
Two titans are collaborating for a treat that could make your next trip to the mall a whole lot more fun. 8772 Radio U. Cinnabon getting together with Reese's.
Who's going on trips to the mall?
People that want Cinnabon. I think that's the top reason to go to the mall is to get a
Auntie Anne's or
Cinnabon.
Cinnabon. Those are the only reasons you go. Or get your ears pierced.
Cinnabon, and they are adding a series of Reese's-related items to the menu.
Ooh.
They're going to have a chocolate peanut butter cup Cinnabon made with Reese's, which, I mean, it's literally your classic Cinnabon, or the center of the roll, drizzled with caramel topping and topped with Reese's peanut butter cup pieces. Or you could get the chocolate peanut butter cup candy bond, so that's just with chocolate sauce and Reese's pieces. And then they also have a chelada with Reese's as well. That's their drink, their frozen blended beverage with Reese's in there as well. Can I tell you, I know this sounds great. I feel like it's too much.
I think I want to throw up just looking at this.
You want to throw up?
I'm not a dessert person, so literally like too much of something sweet makes me want to gag.
Mm-hmm.
So like I can't eat icing without it making me want to gag. So yeah, this is, I would agree, way too much. Like a Cinnabon on its own for me is like the perfect amount of sweetness.
Yeah.
But to add all of this toppings on top, that's
I know.
too much.
It's a tough spot as both of these companies, Reese's and Cinnabon, have found perfection.
Yes.
A big Reese's cup is perfect.
It's great.
A regular Cinnabon is perfect.
Yep.
And and you may want to be tempted to mess with them to varying degrees of success. A lot of the Reese's, like different collabs or, things they put inside Reese's can work very well. It's hard to mess up a diamond. You know what I mean? Like once it's perfection, you can throw a lot of mud on it and it's still going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's not going to, at the end of the day,
as much.
No, yeah, you don't need to do these kinds of things. Why would I order this at Cinnabon when I already know I can just have the best thing, and that's a regular Cinnabon?
Right.
And so that's my trouble with this.
Yeah, like the calories aren't worth it. You're just going to feel sick after.
Mm-hmm.
At least if you're me, you're going to feel sick after. Your stomach's going to ache. So I'm like, no thanks. I'll pass. I'm sure there's people that will love this,
Mm-hmm.
but for me, it's a no.
It can't be, I mean, it can't be bad, but it doesn't mean that I would order this at Cinnabon when I'm standing there. And if I did, it would probably be a mistake. You'd go, I like this, but I just wish I had gotten just the regular thing.
Right. I like this, but I'll have to eat this over a week, over 5 business days.
Well, start preparing because we have to do this for a food fight on the show.
No.
When we get the chance to get free Cinnabon, we're taking it.
Are you going to the mall to pick this up?
Nene knows a guy, actually. So I think I'm going to make some calls.
Okay.
And we are going to try Reese's Cinnabons one day. Astronaut Katy Perry narrowly avoided disaster over the weekend. Did you see this video going around from one of her shows where, for some reason, during her performance of Roar, she rides around above the crowd on a giant robot butterfly?
Oh, no. I didn't know this.
And the giant robot butterfly, there's a malfunction of some kind, and it lurches down into the side and almost jerks her right off of it.
Oh, it's like a bucking bronco.
Yeah. And so she fortunately was able to hang on, and I'm sure there's a safety apparatus in there. Well,
like she might have a harness on.
Yeah,
I mean,
she has to.
Yeah.
She has to, but I mean, if the butterfly is malfunctioning, the thing that's holding the butterfly up, then how can we trust the harness, the safety harness as well?
That's a good point. Was it a situation like Phantom of the Opera? Someone's in the upper portions of the show trying to sabotage?
Get her attention? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe somebody did have it out for Katy Perry. or something.
Oh man, that's crazy.
But she held on, and she only missed half of the chorus before she was able to go back to singing, and so just rolled with the punches.
Well,
so
good for her to get back on and sing once more. I feel like she needs a song that's like that, you know? When you get kicked off the butterfly, you just got to get back on.
This is going to be the inspiration
singing.
for her next horrible song.
Yeah, because, I mean, she really hasn't had a hit in a long time.
It's been a little while. It's still based off of this video, filling up the seats at whatever venue this is.
Okay, yeah.
But,
I mean, she's still popular. She still has great songs that were all like number one. She had a streak of every single that she put out was like number one.
Yeah.
So, you know, but she hasn't had one in a while.
She's making that mechanical butterfly money.
Yeah.
Not every artist can afford to have a dangerous robot butterfly that they ride on.
Yep.
Fluttering about the crowd.
And not every artist can afford to fly in Jeff Bezos' spaceship and go into space, as you pointed out.
She was safer on that spaceship than she is on this robot butterfly.
Yeah, she was safer in the zero gravity with the floating around.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Katy Perry, I gotta be honest, I feel like she's gotta be having a hard time right now. Recently broke up with Orlando Bloom and just seems a little off. Something's going on.
Yeah.
Maybe having a little bit of a midlife crisis.
Yeah, she's still filling up the crowd, but maybe she's just not quite what she once was.
Yeah.
Feeling like, there's other younger, more popular stars now, and time is passing her by a little bit. She's just struggling to stay afloat.
Right. It was always
the butterfly is like a metaphor for her life. It's rocking. Things are uneasy. We don't know where it's going next.
Forward.
Yeah.
It's lurching back. We don't know what's happening.
It's interrupting the regular flow of life.
Right.
She
can't even sing when it's happening. But yeah, no. I felt like it was always, Katy Perry versus Taylor Swift, and now it's just like it's Taylor Swift and no one else.
It's that competition is definitely over.
Yeah, that was done and dusted.
Roblox is planning to add adult dating to the platform in the near future. They are actually working on this.
Oh no.
At Roblox for users that are 17 plus. Sometime in the near future, they want to give you the chance to date on Roblox.
17 is such a weird number to choose.
It says 17. I don't know. Maybe that I don't know.
It's, I guess, appealing to the 17 and older market is what the CEO said, but I feel like just for legality and those type of reasons, I feel like they'd have to be 18 and older to do something like this.
Aren't
the dating apps all like you have to be 18?
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe 17 plus is just a different way of saying like you over 17.
Sure.
Where they could just say 18.
Just say
I don't
18.
know. But at the end of the day, adult, they want you to be able to date on Roblox if you're an adult. And to me, I'm just thinking like Roblox or otherwise, like the problem is not that we don't have enough places where the problem isn't that there's not enough dating apps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's way too many.
There's more than enough. I don't know what Roblox could bring to the table versus any other dating app that's going to vastly improve things for anybody.
Right.
In a way, it almost feels like a way of you just not growing up, really. You know, like you just need to mature and start living. You need to touch grass.
Yeah.
If you're the type of person that's like, Roblox dating sounds good to me.
Sounds like something I should try. Yeah, no. Shout out to the RadioU podcast because we actually talked about this on there with niche dating apps. The dating apps where it's like we mentioned, if I could have a pickleball dating app, maybe I would give that a try or whatever. So, but we ultimately came to the conclusion that it's kind of dumb to get on a niche dating app because you really shouldn't boil your whole personality down to one singular thing. And that feels very similar to Roblox. Now, Roblox, I know, is a community where a lot of people do chat with one another. So that kind of community thing is already happening, but I think the whole concept of niche dating apps really is it's a miss.
I think if you're looking for love on if you're on Roblox to look for love,
that's bad.
It's not going to find you.
No, that's real bad.
I don't think that's where you need to where you need to go. But this quote, though, from the CEO of Roblox is crazy to me. He says, I think a lot of people who are too afraid to go on a real life date might find it easier to have a virtual date to start, and then if they connect, move to the physical world.
I hate those terms. It's he's talking in terms that I feel like I don't want those terms to be real. Like start in the, virtual reality world and then move to the physical world. I don't like that.
Why don't you test out taking your avatar on a date and then maybe you'll be more comfortable taking your real life person on a date.
It feels like we're in Ready Player One. You know what I mean? Have you seen Ready Player One?
That worked out okay for some people.
Did it? Did it?
The main character.
I mean, they also got in a lot of trouble.
Whatever his name was, yeah.
I don't even remember either.
No, I have no idea. I didn't like that.
Was it Wade? Was it Wade?
Devin?
No, not Devin. There's no way it was Devin.
Patrick?
I think it was Wade.
Now, it's time for our Monday tradition, the box office breakdown, looking at what made money and what didn't in theaters over the weekend. 8772 Radio U, let us know what you've seen lately. Number one at the box office, yet again, is Superman.
Woo!
Superman made another $57.3 million, and it is now up to over $406 million worldwide, which means that assuredly it is a profitable movie.
I believe James Gunn said it needed to be in the sixes to be profitable.
It has they must have really marketed it then because it had a $225 million budget.
Yeah, I feel like that never includes the marketing.
That means they had to double the budget for the movie on just marketing.
I will say though, they only get a portion of the box office earnings because part of it does need to go back to the theaters.
So, Allie, you were talking about seeing Superman. Did you actually go see it this weekend?
Unfortunately, didn't get to go see it. Hoping to go see it on Tuesday with our special little Tuesday deal. But yeah, I was really hoping to go, but just plans fell through and wasn't able to go.
So add $6 more to the Superman box office breakdown on Tuesday night. Number two, Jurassic World Rebirth. 3 weeks in now, it's still making money. $23 million this weekend and over $276 million just in North America alone so far. So still doing good. And then number three at the box office this weekend was I Know What You Did Last Summer with $13 million. The top debut of the weekend.
Blah, blah. Pretty bad.
This is, I feel even sadder. Smurfs only made $11 million. That's so bad for like a big name children's movie.
Yeah, but I mean, as we mentioned when we did the weekend watch list, did anyone even really know this movie was coming out? Speaking of marketing budgets, they had none.
Assume parents might have known. But maybe their parents saw that trailer and they're like,
no thanks.
Yeah, we're not taking our kids to this. I don't care if Rihanna's in it.
According to the reviews, they made the right choice.
Yeah. And can we just stop with the Smurfs now for good?
Yeah.
We don't need more Smurfs.
Just take your kids to see Superman, apparently.
8772 Radio U. Let us know what you've seen recently. Allie, if you didn't watch Superman, I want to know what you've seen recently coming up as well.
Okay.
If anything. Hopefully it's something. Allie, what's the last thing you watched?
Well, recently, for the first time, I actually watched Bram Stoker's Dracula, which is a film from 1992.
Okay.
And
staying nice and current.
Yeah, sure. But it's kind of it's a classic. It's a legendary film at this point. You can't go wrong with any movie that's directed by Francis Ford Coppola, and it's got Gary Oldman as Dracula. And I was like, okay, I've seen some clips from it. I actually saw a clip recently online of Jim Carrey kind of he's like comedying his performance, like parodying it. And so I was like, okay, I actually need to actually watch Gary Oldman's performance now and not, base it solely off of what Jim Carrey was doing. And I really enjoyed it. In fact, I enjoyed it so much that I watched it twice and I came out from it realizing this is actually a love story between Count Dracula and Mina.
Ah, okay.
I feel like it's actually a love story.
Yeah, well, I'll take your word for it.
I mean, have you seen it?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
I'm shocked. You haven't seen it.
Why would I? It just sounds scary. It's about
not
a vampire.
Scary. It's Dracula.
Well,
Come on.
You weren't the only one that was watching a scary movie over the weekend because Tim said he watched Boo! A Medea Halloween.
No way.
And he said
didn't
it's
we
very
talk
funny.
about that?
No, we talked about whatever the other new Medea movie is.
But I think I mentioned that was my favorite one.
Yeah,
That one is so funny, Tim.
it's several years old at this point. But Tim said it was funny. We also heard from Jesse, who went and saw Superman and loved it, and Jesse and his son wish their dog was a superhero.
I think we all wish our dogs were superheroes.
Yeah.
Crypto's so cool.
Zafira the dog and Crypto, not that different based off of how he's depicted in the Superman movie.
Really?
Yeah. 8772 Radio U. Let us know what you've watched recently. I had seen Superman last week.
Yes.
I since then have not watched any movies. What I have been drawn into a little bit is Gordon Ramsay's new show, Gordon Ramsay's Secret Service.
Oh, the one where he secretly goes into restaurants?
And the more I watch these shows, like the more I just feel like I'm being scammed because it's just like
it's not real.
Yeah, like I have an insider who secretly tipped me off and is he left me a key so I can sneak in at 2 a.m.
Right.
And I'm like, this is so
sure.
This is not like everybody knows what's going on here.
Yeah, no, I just
stop lying to me.
I just wish they would have brought back what was it, Restaurant Nightmares or whatever. Like that was such a fun show.
Yeah, it is fun. That's why I can't stop watching it.
Yeah.
But also, I just don't know what it is that why do we just want British people to yell at us?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's good at it though.
He is.
He's an
calling
expert.
people Muppets, and he just said, if you had a drinking game where you had to take a shot every time he goes, oh goodness me, you would die by the end of an episode. I don't know why this keeps happening. We're not a political show, but we're talking about Donald Trump. But it's because he's talking about sports, and we care about sports.
We do.
Donald Trump on Truth Social, the president of the United States, is, I don't know the right way to put it, but he's trying to coax the Washington Commanders into changing their name back to the Washington Redskins.
Yeah.
This is something that I do know there's some petitions that have gotten a lot of traction. Like there is a fan base out there or a group of people that do want the Washington Redskins back.
Yeah.
And apparently Donald Trump is a part of that coalition.
Apparently he's one of them. We didn't know, but apparently he is. He also was calling not only for the Redskins or for, Washington to go back to the Redskins, he was calling for the Cleveland Guardians to go back to the Cleveland Indians. So he's basically just like any team that's changed their name, he's calling them out.
Yeah. Allie, as a Guardians fan, how do you feel? Are you ready? Like, do you think Donald Trump's right? Should we bring back the Indians and the Redskins?
I mean, I really liked what the owner of the Cleveland Guardians said when they were first asked about this, because it was very controversial. And I was probably more a part of the camp of like, I don't think you need to change it. They were a part of so many, and I think they still are, but they were part of so many great outreaches to the Native American community. And that was because a part of their, their heritage. They had the first ever like Native American player in the American League. And so there was reasons behind why they had that name. But he mentioned, he's like, we're a baseball team. We don't want to get in political warfare. And that just felt like that was going to continually happen to them time after time after time, year after year after year, with people arguing that they needed to change it and people arguing that they needed to keep it. So they just wanted to get out of that political battle space and just be a baseball team. So I respect that decision. You don't want to be in that.
Yeah, I understand there's a lot of people, because you grew up cheering for whatever, either the Indians or the Redskins or whatever other team, and you have a big attachment to that.
Yeah, you have nostalgic ties to it.
But I do feel like now that we've changed, you can disagree that they changed in the first place, but we don't need to just keep flipping and flopping back and forth. Because if you switch now because Donald Trump wants you to or whatever, then you're also at risk of a couple, like maybe a decade from now, somebody else is the president or whatever, and they're like, I don't like that they're the Redskins
change
anymore.
Back.
Yeah, and so let's just there's nothing wrong with what they have now.
Yeah.
To me, I would just leave it alone. I'm a solutions-oriented guy. I think if we're really at a place where we think that celebrating the Indians and Redskins identities is something we want to do, then maybe have like throwback games or whatever, where it's okay to bring back their jerseys. I mean, people still wear them to the stadiums and everything.
100%. If you go to a Cleveland game.
It's not like the logos have been completely, removed from the world.
Well, and also like they're not turning away fans that show up wearing Indians gear. I still have a Cleveland Indians jersey.
Isn't your mug over there right now got a Chief Wahoo on it?
Yeah, one of the mugs I got from like a yard sale. And I have like a 1995 cup that, has, the AL pennant on it, like all of that stuff. And so it's just, it's nostalgic and they're not telling fans to, throw that stuff out.
Yeah, you don't have to, but I also, like once we've made it, like let's just settle on something. Let's just leave it the way it is.
Move forward.
It's hard to rebrand a team and everything too. Like they put so much money into that, and I think it's just leave it.
Yep.
And I don't want to be super political, but also like whoever the president is, this feels like a thing they don't need to be weighing in on as well. Joining us today in studio. This is cool. I always love when we get to have bands actually with us in the building.
Yeah.
We get to talk to Jady. They've got a hometown show coming up for RadioU Ohio very soon. And so the details for that are at radiou.com/Ohio. And we'll get to that. Jarrett, good morning. Jarrett from Jady.
Good morning. How are we doing?
Oh, we're doing great. It's great to see you again. Ashton from the band is standing outside the door right now.
I literally see him through the glass.
He's coming
He's
in.
walking in on
He's letting him in.
I'm sure you can see my hair is still damp from crawling out the shower.
Oh, no.
It's an early start.
I
don't blame you.
It's hard for the
Yeah.
morning. Like it's never easy if you're not a morning person to come on morning radio.
See, this just makes me more responsible. Okay. The artist hours are stupid.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, nobody else has the hours that we do, so we definitely don't blame you.
Yeah.
How late were you up last night, though?
How late was I up? 3 o'clock.
Oh, no.
You knew you had this.
See, I knew I did. And literally, I'm not even lying. The last 2 hours was just me thinking, what do I say?
Oh, no.
We'll guide you on
I was
that.
going to say, this is going to be a piece of cake.
Ashton is here too now. You have your headset mic. Hello,
well, sure,
Ashton.
Yeah, you should be good.
He's got the...
Is it working? I heard him, I think, for a second.
There we go.
Wait a minute. Try again.
Hello.
Let's just do this live on air. It's fine.
We'll do it live.
That's it. Oh, my goodness.
Ashton, you don't know this because you just walked in, but there's donuts.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we provided
changer.
donuts.
Yeah, I'll get them in a second.
Which, what donut? We don't know what's in the box.
I have
what
no
donuts
idea
are in the
yet.
box?
I have no idea.
What donuts are you hoping for? What style?
Yeah.
Dude, I like the wild, like crazy flavors. Like the birthday cake, I want a birthday cake.
A birthday cake
You know what I'm
donut.
saying, dude?
I have no idea if I can provide that.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Just a simple. The donuts. There's a lot of pressure on those donuts now. I hope our boss chose wisely.
Yeah,
when
I
he
don't know
picked
what he
them up.
chose. I'm assuming just like assorted. I
Yeah.
don't know.
The interview's
I don't
on
buy
the
donuts.
line.
It's actually I'm sure Michael, the boss, didn't even choose. It's all at the mercy of whatever the Dunkin' Donut. Yeah, put in
the Dunkin' employee.
Whether this interview continues.
Wrong.
Oh my goodness.
What about you, Ashton? Are you easier to please with donuts?
Yes, very. Like you can never go wrong with glazed, but if there's the option, I always go for like the maple cream donut. Yeah.
You're talking my language.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. He's Canadian over here.
I'm Canadian, and you can't get this at all coffee shops or all donut places, but the places that have like the Boston cream like style filling, but with the maple instead of chocolate on top, that is premier for me.
I don't know if I've ever tried that.
It's pretty game changing.
Yeah,
anything maple flavored, I'm always going for.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So I need to look for maple flavored, glazed, and or birthday cake.
Just bring the whole box in. Just bring everything in.
I'll let you guys decide.
The whole menu.
And you can just have the whole box probably. There's like, just enjoy. We've got Jady in studio. We've got to get down to business coming up. You guys have a new album you're working on. You have a tour. We've got a lot to talk about. Jady is in studio with us right now. So are the donuts. Your mouths aren't full of donut yet because we got to talk.
I was really about to, and I was like, This is going to catch me mid.
Yeah.
Mid-bite.
Mid-chew.
We need to talk about, first of all, I want to know about new album details. What can we find out here?
Yeah. Well, it comes out October 10th. It is called Silver. It is our third studio record. What I can say is that this album is the most honest and vulnerable project yet. I'm very happy with it. We've been working on it for the past year. There's so much to unpack with it. The name itself, though, I feel like holds a lot of weight, and I feel like a lot of our fans will be able to attest that name itself, Silver, holds a lot of weight. And I'm excited to unpack that on these songs. It's a little ways away, but I'm excited for it. So.
The countdown is on. My theory is that Silver means that it's like your second best album. It's not as good as
it's like
second place.
The second. You nailed it. That's perfect.
I didn't even need to hear it. I already knew.
No.
That is.
Yeah.
No. Well, I saw the album trailer, the video that you guys released for it.
Yeah.
That was epic. That was so cool. So
Thank
I know
you.
there's a lot of lore happening and things that are, like, Nene was trying to explain some of it to me, but I'm like, okay, I need to do like a deep dive now. Like, I need to get in the Discord or something and get all of the information.
I want to hear Nene explain it.
Yeah. He gives the vibe of like, the meme of like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where it's like the guy with the crazy yarn behind him and all of the notes and everything, and he's like, listen, let me explain.
Yes.
That's kind of the vibe he gives.
Oh, I love it so much. That's incredible. But yes, I mean, I am excited. There's so much to unpack here, and a lot has happened in the past year. So
Yeah.
it's all talked about in these songs.
Well,
So.
Silver, the new album from Jady, coming soon. You also have a show coming up, a hometown show in Columbus at Kemba Live. We got the details for that at RadioU.com/Ohio. I want to get a little more info on that in a few minutes, but we're about to play the brand new song that just came out this weekend from you guys, White Casket.
Yes.
So drill down. What can you tell us about White Casket? Give us the backstory on this song specifically.
Yeah. There's a lot to unpack on this song specifically. If I was to say anything about this song, I would say it's written for our fans. It's a song, it's kind of a love letter to our fans and almost a me protecting because there's a lot of hurtfulness out there in the world, and people that portray that they have your best interest in mind, and yet will have this hateful and egotistical way about them. And basically this is just wearing humanity on its sleeve and saying, you know what, like, imperfection is out there, and that's what a white casket is. There's a lot to unpack on what that actually means, and I want to leave that up to people.
Okay.
Sounds like
interpret.
a song you need to hear over and over again to like really grasp it all.
Pull the
Right.
meaning out of it.
The good news is we're about to play it now. It's also going to be in the Battle of the Buzz on Wednesday. So that's
Double
a couple
play.
chances. And of course, now you can stream it too on Spotify and everything. Let's do the new song from Jady, and we'll chat about your show coming up in just a few. We have Jady with us, both Jared and Ashton from Jady in the studio. You guys have a hometown show coming up presented by Promo West Productions at Kemba Live in Columbus on October 18th for RadioU Ohio. And you guys also just had recently went on tour in Europe, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What you've played shows now, I guess, on multiple continents. How are shows? What's different about touring in Europe versus in the United States?
I mean, so much.
Yeah, it's the same and different at the same time.
Okay.
I would probably say that depending on the country that you're in, people definitely are there for a good time, even if they don't know who you are whatsoever.
They're there for the vibes.
Yeah, so especially like Germany was one of our favorite places, just because I think, especially because in Germany a lot of like club music and EDM and dance was like originated in those areas. And so I think the culture for shows and concerts there was they just wanted to show up and have a really good time. So it was pretty fun to be in Germany and play for them.
Did that feel like kind of lower pressure in a way? Like once you know the crowd's just there and like they're gonna enjoy the music, but also it's not like you need to match perfectly what was on the album, or you know what I mean? Right, there's not a lot of pre-existing expectations.
You do. Part of me felt the pressure because I was like, you have to be really good because some of these people just do not speak English. So you kind of have to transcend.
You have to have energy. That can. I mean,
like you. There were times where I'm like, these guys are not feeling us, even though they were super excited. I'd say like, hands up, and then they would just look at me like, I have no idea what you're saying, but I'm loving this.
Yeah.
I think it's translating, but I mean, it seemed like people loved the music over there, and the energy. The live show was just so much fun. People are there for a good time, for sure.
Yeah, I think besides playing in our hometown, I think Europe has become one of my favorite places to go to.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So future European tours probably on the horizon.
Yes, we shall see.
Okay. We shall see. All right. Yeah.
Well, before we get to going back to Europe, you've got a hometown show coming up, and so this has got to be pretty huge. I mean, you previously have sold out shows in your hometown, so the crowd is here.
Right.
What's going to make the hometown show coming up at Kemba Live in Columbus so special?
Yeah. Well, it's many years in the making and building. Since 2022, we played at a small room called The Basement.
Yep.
And unexpectedly sold that out. Graduated upstairs to A&R Music Bar a couple months later. Sold that out a week before. We were like, you know what? We should maybe take a huge risk here. We had people telling us we were crazy, but let's try Newport Music Hall. And somehow that sold out. And that was a dream music venue locally here. Longest standing rock hall in the country, apparently. And so the obvious, we were faced with some options. Do we just ride out, okay, Newport was really cool, or do we try and go for the next one and make history as a band? So we're going to try and headline Kemba Live, and so that's going to be
nice.
Great venue.
Kemba is one of those venues where like you can do a show indoors or outdoors. Do you know if it's going to be like out? People are going to be out on the lawn, or is it going to be inside?
Yeah, it is October 18th, so it would probably be pretty cold.
So
we were like,
Ohio.
we might as well just do it inside.
Play it safe. Play it safe. Don't want to risk any, crazy weather. Because it's Ohio. You never know what's gonna happen in Ohio.
The Ohio blizzard of October.
Could snow that day. Yeah.
It's not out of the question, unfortunately.
It would go down in history. All right. Well, this is it's amazing. You guys have a show coming up. Promo West Productions presents Jady, a hometown show at Kemba Live. That's Saturday, October 18th. All the info for that is at radiou.com/Ohio. And we're so glad that we've been with you. I was saying a few minutes ago, RadioU's been riding with Jady since basically day one.
Yeah.
And so it's so exciting to continue to see you guys grow and all the great music you've been putting out. We're really loving it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the RadioU Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.